Do that. Next is clear thinking from Annex that produces sound recommendations. And unlike others, we work in your best interest as a fiduciary. That commitment runs so deep, we put it in writing for every client. Does your advisor do that? Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Start at annexwealth.com.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Hello, home shoppers. Buying a new home, the market is getting hard to find a good home, harder to find a great new home, and nearly impossible to find an exceptional new home. But I have two. And buy these or build these somewhere else. Now is the time this Sunday, 12 till 4, to see two exceptional miracle homes. Hartford, Wisconsin, the second fastest growing community in the state, has the most urban, contemporary, Danish, modern, I call it, style of 17 homes in one gem of a subdivision ready for the address now. Write this down, 830 Sky Park Drive in Hartford. We have two new homes, a ranch and a first-floor master, highly artistic, very contemporary homes to see. Again, 830 Sky Park Drive. This Sunday only, 12 to 4 p.m. I'm artistic home designer Tom Hignite, along with my wife Jackie, and we are building bold. Call 262-628-9091. That's 628-9091. We are Miracle, a Christian-based company.
When a new baby is added to the mix, saving money becomes a real priority. Shopping at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores can help. With an abundance of baby clothing and toys, all thrift store priced at pennies on the dollar. You'll spend a little to get a lot. Find great deals on gently used baby clothes and toys at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Traffic is sponsored by SB Framing Gallery, Milwaukee's distinctive archival framing.
SB Framing Gallery in the 3rd Ward can enhance and protect your artwork for generations. Framing pieces with archival and distinctive design. Learn more at sbframinggallery.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm Wyatt Barmore Pooley. Your top story: city government wraps up approving the sales tax.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, still dealing with a couple of accidents. One on northbound 41, the Good Hope Road on-ramp still says that it's closed because of a crash. We've also got southbound on 894 with an accident at Lincoln. Looks like most of it's been moved off to the right side, so watch out for the backups into the zoo interchange. A little bit further on, one at Oklahoma Avenue off on the right shoulder as well. 894 eastbound, dealing with a broken down vehicle right about at Forest Home with the right lane blocked there. Delays right out of the Hale interchange, and the westbound side is backing up out of the Mitchell all the way past 60th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic.
Tonight we got a chance of storms. It'll be mostly cloudy, a low of 68. Saturday, chance of pop-up showers and storms, but mostly sunny and hazy, a high of 84. It's 87 degrees in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, all that's left now is the implementation.
I believe in the city, and I am optimistic about the future of the city of Milwaukee.
Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson putting pen to paper today on Act 12 that allows the city to implement a 2% sales tax. That legislation, approved by the Common Council Tuesday on a 12-3 vote, does come with a handful of strings attached, including base-level police staffing. And Common Council President Jose Perez.
This week, the Common Council accepted the responsibility imposed upon it and approved a sales tax. We are on a path towards fiscal stability.
Sales tax is scheduled to take effect January 1st of 2024. Mike Spalding, WTMJ News.
The motorcycles you're seeing on the roads around Milwaukee this weekend aren't the only Harley-Davidson products.
Harley-Davidson has revealed some new products lately. Dealer Todd Berlin in Thiensville says fresh ideas are living up to expectations.
Harley came out with a new Sportster and very efficient, really a nice bike. You know, it's definitely the Harley product.
The new Sportster is a little different than what most might imagine for a Harley, but Berlin says every rider starts somewhere.
I don't really care what you ride, but just ride something, even if it's a pedal bike. There's a lot of scooter riders out of there who are definitely not going to forget how fun it is.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
2 Racine men facing dozens of drug-related charges after a search warrant was executed on their house on Center Street in Racine in late June. The drug unit in Racine County, with assistance from U.S. Marshals, finding 4 ounces of marijuana and $32,000 worth of fentanyl pills. 3 handguns with automatic switches and extended magazines also found. The 2 suspects, Dontrell Lynch's and Miguel Ayala, are facing a total of 28 charges. They'll be seen in court again on August 18th. Yet another interesting event is happening next week. Our own Debbie Loziga has got a closer look.
It's bourbon and bees, and it's right downtown. Executive chef for the Hilton Milwaukee City Center, Dan Granite, gave me a sneak peek of how this event is all the buzz.
It's coming up on July 20th. We'll be featuring the honey that we have here behind us, and along with some of our herbs. I have a 6-course menu.
That 6-course meal actually uses the honey made by the bees that live on top of the parking structure at the Milwaukee Hilton. You can't get much more local than that. Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
And I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 3:34.
Hey, your home is your biggest investment, right? And you live in it, so when you invest, you want the best. How about the best windows or roofing? Maybe the best deck. Where to look? Siding Unlimited. That's right, Siding Unlimited for windows, roofing, and all that stuff? You bet. Siding Unlimited, the best installer of all those things. They're also the best with siding. In fact, they've done it on my house. I can attest to their work. Incredible work and craftsmanship from Siding Unlimited. In fact, they've got all sorts of different awards from manufacturers. Pella Windows named Siding Unlimited their Platinum Elite Contractor of the Year in the country 3 years in a row. What's so great? Well, honest pricing, devoted craftsmen, integrity. You want the best? Siding Unlimited is it for you. Windows, roofs, decks, siding, doors, and more. Unlimited. SidingUnlimited.com.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368. This is Chief Home Buying Strategist Brian Wickert. A lot of home shoppers just go with their bank when it comes to getting their pre-approval and financing their new home. That's exactly what Jordan and Michelle did, and it wasn't until after they wrote their 5th losing offer that they took their agent's advice and called Accunet for a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval and offer strategy consultation. Every time you write an offer and lose, it's an emotional punch to the gut because you've already imagined having Thanksgiving dinner at that house. We're helping home shoppers and their agents write stronger, more convincing offers every day with powerful tools and strategies that really work. If you don't mind writing 5 losing offers, go ahead and get a flimsy generic pre-approval from your bank or credit union. But if you want the best shot at writing an offer that gets accepted, get a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet, and I'll personally join in on your offer strategy consultation like I did for Jordan and Michelle, whose very next offer was a winner. All you got to do to get started is click on the blue button today at ACCUNET.com.
We are persnickety about the materials we use to make you some of the finest mattresses your money can buy. Nothing but the best wool, latex, cotton, and innersprings, period. And the reason we can sell Milwaukee mattresses for hundreds less than premium national mattress brands is that we manufacture them in our own Milwaukee factory and sell them direct to you at our family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture Stores in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee, where no middleman means no extra markup and real savings for you. Can you buy a queen-size mattress at our stores for $4.99? No, but you will find high-quality mattresses available in all of the most popular options, priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands, because we manufacture them and we're the only ones who sell them. Shop and compare, you'll see we're the best kept secret in town. Milwaukee mattresses from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee, where no middleman means no extra markup and real savings for you. KenMichaelsFurniture.com.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
Hey, guess what? The WTMJ Classic is back. It's on July 24th. We are golfing out at beautiful Lac La Belle, the club at Lac La Belle. We'd love for you to be with us. All this week, we're taking qualifiers. You call, You qualify, and later this afternoon, I should say, we will draw one person who will golf with us at Lac La Belle on July 24th. Here's how we do it. Right now, if you're caller number 7 at the Old National Bank talk and text line, you will be one of 5 qualifiers to maybe golf with us. Would you like to golf with us on July 24th? It's going to be a great day. 855-616-1620. If you're caller number 7 at 855-616-1620, you will be qualified to have a chance to golf with us on July 24th. All right, let's bring in our friend Dick Napinski. I love EAA. I'm serious. I've been going since I've been a very little kid, and I'm going this year. I go every single year. I'm so excited because it's almost here. Dick's the Director of Communications at EAA Oshkosh. Dick, good afternoon. Thanks for being with us. Hey, Dick.
A little bit of dread. Howdy. How's it going?
Yeah. Is this right? You can learn to fly right there on the grounds?
Well, you can take that first step to learn to fly. We've got a Learn to Fly Center, which includes everything from all the information you need, the cost, the time involved, all of that. But with our friends at Redbird Simulators, you can actually come in and get a first hour of simulator time, which counts as a logged flight training hour. You get your own logbook, and you'll have an hour to get yourself started.
I love that. That is so cool. And drone flying has become a big thing. Is drone flying going to be part of what happens up there? Because you guys are always on the cutting edge of kind of what you highlight.
We have some drone flying and really kind of a unique aspect of it. We've got some of the nation's best high school and middle school teams coming for their national championships. 10 high school teams, 10 junior high teams coming in, and they'll be flying through an obstacle course on our grounds and trying to do the best job they can for time and avoiding things and so forth. And they'll be going for a national title with our friends from the Academy of Model Aeronautics. So that'll be exciting on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They're going to be flying, and then we'll announce the winners on Wednesday before the night air show.
That is so cool. Night air show. That is super cool. Dick Napinski is with us, the Director of Communications for EAA. I am intrigued, Dick, and I always have been infatuated with combat flying and with what our military does in the skies around the world. And on July 26th, you've got a program unlike any other involving women. Tell us about Women Venture, their evening program on the 26th.
Yeah, it's been 30 years since women were allowed to fly combat missions for the U.S. military, and we're bringing 3 of those original combat pilots, Jeannie Levitt, Sharon Presler, Martha McSally. They were present when they allowed women to start flying combat missions. These 3 were there together when that was named, that announcement was made 30 years ago. They've not been together in one place since until July 26th. That evening, they're going to talk about what led up to that, what it was like to be among that first group of women to fly combat, what their experiences have been then and since. And then we're going to have a whole bunch of people who are current combat pilots and former Thunderbird pilots who are all women. They're going to be talking about building on the legacy of those 3 and what it means for women aviators in the military today.
Dick, my uncle was a pilot in the Air Force and flew planes in Germany, and for the last 30 years he made it a point to come back to Oshkosh for EAA after raising a family in Minnesota. We, of course, living in the Milwaukee area, so he was always come in toward the end of July to go to EAA. He sadly passed away a year ago after his final trip to EAA, and our family is memorialized him with a brick at EAA and a picture we supplied, and there's a beautiful etching of my Uncle Bob and his incredible smile along with some words on it. I just want to thank you for offering those opportunities to remember those on the grounds who made EAA such a special part of their year like my Uncle Bob did.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm sorry to hear about his passing. You know, it's always, it's one of our community, and when one's gone, it diminishes all of us. But to have those opportunities, whether it's on the memorial wall, the brown arch bricks on Compass Hill, for the families to remember that this person was passionate about aviation, and this is the place where all the passionate people of aviation come together every year and spend time telling those stories. And, in that way, he will always be remembered here as one of that aviation family and one of us here at Oshkosh.
And speaking of remembering things, and I think that's such a great thing, too, a cool statue, a sculpture is being unveiled up there during EAA week.
It is on July 24th, opening day. Our late president, Tom Poberezny, son of founder Paul Poberezny. Tom was president for more than 20 years, ran the AirVenture during that time, built it into a world-class event. He passed away on opening day last year, and his friends have gotten together, and it's a life-size bronze sculpture we're going to have in the museum lobby. We're unveiling it 10:30 a.m. on July 24th. There in the museum lobby. And so you talk about a lasting legacy. Tom, who was a Milwaukee native and went to Whitnall High School and lived in Brookfield, he will be memorialized here, and he and his father will both have sculptures in their honor to stay here in the museum, and that's on opening day, and a very fitting tribute to Tom Poberezny.
Night air shows, day air shows, walk the grounds. It's so cool to just be able to take in the part of it where you get to walk amongst the aircraft that are parked on the tarmac. Can people still get camping spots, Dick?
They can. The basic camping spots still remain. We've sold out of the improved water and electric spots, but the basic camping spots we've never filled up. You know, if we have to go cut some more alfalfa, we'll go do that so we can put some more campers in. And we are all set for that, but come on up. You can get your camping credentials online. If you're driving up, we encourage you to get your parking online because you're going to save about 40% over what you pay at the gate. So just go online, ea.org, add AirVenture. You can get your tickets, get your parking, get your camping credentials. You'll be set to go when you come up to Oshkosh.
You can see all the cool aircraft that are going to be there, too. Dick and his team do a great job updating the website. I was on there earlier today, eaa.org. You can get your parking, you can get your tickets. You can get ready for EAA. We're going to be there on Friday the 28th, and I can't wait. EAA.org. Dick Napinski is the Director of Communications for EAA. Not sleeping much these days, but I bet you're awfully excited. Dick, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure. I can sleep in August. That's fine.
Talk to you next week. It is 5:43 at WTMJ.
Back from the break, and first place is up for grabs. Time to throw a different color over this division.
Caratini to right and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Go!
It's the Brewers and the Reds. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 5:35. Presented by American Family Insurance. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Where are we putting that money, and why are we putting it there? At Financial Strategies, you'll get answers to those questions to understand our approach. And the answers are going to be based on what we've learned about you. We're very engaged with our clients so that what we do for them fits their particular needs. But there are other things that we do that are equally important to the investment management portion of our services. I can't express how important it is to control the things you can control. At the end of the day, most investment managers will end up yielding similar overall returns. But knowing how to manage them wisely to avoid your nest egg being eaten away by the tax man, all legally of course, well, that's what I truly believe sets us apart. This is Jim Cantrell with Financial Strategies, Inc., and we can show you a wiser way to build your wealth. So go to financialstrategiesinc.com and schedule a no-cost consultation.
Financial strategies, a wiser way to build your wealth.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. According to a Career Builder survey, the average cost of a bad hire is $50,000. You can't afford to make a mistake. Let LAK Group help you in your recruiting efforts. Their proprietary recruiting process fuses expertise, resources, and technologies with your needs and identifies strategies and solutions that boost your company's productivity. Let LAK Group's executive recruiting services help you find great candidates. Visit transformingcareers.com. LAK Group, discover your human advantage.
It's the 10th sales event all month long at the Lynch family of dealerships. Over 800 vehicles to choose from, including up to $7,500 off select new vehicles or 0.9% financing. And you'll get top dollar toward your trade, even if you have to push, pull, or drag it in during the Lynch 10th sale event. Visit shoplynch.com today.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
As low as 0.9% APR for 66 months to qualified buyers. Must take delivery by July 31st. See dealer for all the details.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Hurt at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Traffic and weather begins with Debbie Lazaga. Hey there, Deb.
Hey there, John. Still dealing with a crash on 894 southbound at Lincoln that has the right lane blocked, so things are backing up into the Zoo interchange. Also, one at Oklahoma Avenue off on the right shoulder. They're still dealing also with an accident on the ramp from Good Hope Road to northbound 41. Otherwise, southbound 43 is going to be our biggest problem right now. Big delays back from Good Hope Road all the way down into the Marquette. And on the northbound side, very slow from Fond du Lac Avenue almost to Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 also hitting the brakes out of the Zoo interchange all the way through to about 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, a chance for storms. Mostly cloudy, a low of 68. Tomorrow, slight chance for pop-up storms, a high of 84. Sunday, chance for pop-up storms, a high of 84. Neither day is an all-day washout, so don't cancel those plans. On Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 80. On Tuesday, sunny, a high of 80 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, 89 and sunny. So one of the big stories today on the national front is that the Federal Education Department, working with the Biden administration, has now come up with what they say is a plan to forgive student loan debt for 800,000 people. So you may recall that the president said that he was going to wipe out a lot of student loan debt, and the Supreme Court said you can't do that. He was trying to do it through executive order and emergency action, and the Supreme Court said you don't have the authority to do that, to wipe out student loan debt. So now the president's team says that they're working on new plans to get rid of the debt. And as a matter of fact, they say that this plan will wipe out $39 billion in student loan debt. Now, it doesn't go away. We as taxpayers are all going to pay for this. When we talk about debt ceiling, and remember there was that crisis a couple of months ago, and will the government shut down? This will be paid by somebody. The president says that it's time to get rid of people who have had debt for 20 or more years and have not been able to pay it back. So that is going to move forward. There will undoubtedly be legal challenges, but those have not been laid out yet.
They're thinking over 800,000 people will have their debt forgiven with that threshold, John. Like you mentioned, 20 or 25 years, a borrower's remaining balance will be wiped away.
Gone. I think this is atrocious. I think this is a mistake. I think it's bad public policy. The Boston Herald editorial board said that forgiving student debt would be a great gift to graduates. Well, so would wiping out their mortgages, their car loans, and their credit card debt, and we're not doing that. I think it's a slap in the face to everybody who sacrificed, worked extra jobs, paid off their student loan debt. I think it's a terrible message to send to adults who did the right thing, who struggled, who didn't take vacations, who didn't go out to eat, who made sacrifices to pay off their student loan debt. And if you paid off your student loan debt, you should have a big old L on your forehead, because the Biden administration is treating you like a sucker and a loser. You played by the rules and paid off your debt, and now this is what's happening. You know, taking out a loan is a choice, and it comes with personal responsibility. You agree to take out the loan. You sign the paper with no one holding a gun to your head. And now to say it's going to be wiped out, then you need to cut a check to everybody else that paid off their student loan debt.
So Biden attributes this to past administrative failures.
Attributes what?
The rising cost of college.
Okay, well, that's a different issue.
Right. So I can agree that the system's not great. I can agree. And I think Tony's perspective is interesting because, John, when I was making a decision on where to go to school, I largely looked in-state because out-of-state costs were kind of wild at that time. In-state costs were reasonable. But it wasn't nearly as complicated to get things together with my own money, my parents' money. We kind of split it. I would think it's the same for you. Tony went to college at a different time when it feels like costs started to spiral out of control, but it's still a choice you make.
Right, that's a different issue. And this does nothing to address the cost of college. This wiping out doesn't address the core issue, which is college is too expensive.
That's the foundation issue.
No one's entitled to go to college. And if you can't afford to go to college, then you take out a loan. If you can't afford to take out the loan, then you shouldn't take out the loan. Tony, I do want your perspective because you have a different perspective.
Isn't that just talking in a circle, though? And I say that, I'm not trying to be rude, but if you can't afford to go to college, take out a loan. If you can't afford to pay back the loan, don't take it out. Well, if I could afford to go to college, I wouldn't have had to take out the loan in the first place.
You're not entitled to college. If you can't afford it and don't want to pay back the loan, then don't go to college.
Would you make the case that a majority of people who are, let's just say, even like lower middle class to middle class probably have college degrees in today's day and age, right?
I would say it's 50%.
But when you look back on, because the loans being paid off now or the debt being forgiven now are people who've been paying into this for 20 years. And what they're pointing out is there is clearly a flaw with interest rates and things that have skyrocketed or things that they're still having to pay off that have affected that the loan still isn't paid off 20 years later, and they see a flaw in that system. So to give people a little bit of a reset button, I think it's a great thing. It's not for recent grads who just took out $200 to go to med school or anything. It's for people who've been paying into this for 20 years, and they're probably well-educated, still just scraping by with the prices of things today, how hard it is to buy a house. If you've been paying into your student loans for 20 years and you're still scraping by to afford things for your family and they're going to help you out here, I'm all for it. Do you know how often we bail out banks and airlines recently? Like, what do you have the same opinion about that?
Yes, I do. That's atrocious. That should not be our tax dollars going to do that. I think, Tony, it's inherently unfair. If you paid off your loan, then if I paid off my loans, why shouldn't I get a check for what I paid off if we're giving you or other people forgiveness?
But isn't life inherently unfair? But
that's a bumper sticker. That's not how we should live our life.
But like, in order to have people achieve progress, in order to let people be able to do the whole pull myself up from the bootstraps, sometimes you need a little bit of an assist.
But what if
and this is what that is?
But I had to pull myself up from my bootstraps to pay off my loans. But I did it. I didn't take vacations.
And
I didn't
congrats.
do things.
That's awesome for you, but it's not the reality for everyone else. And they could have been in college at a different time, or they didn't start on the same base that you started on. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has just a different scenario that they are just trying to scrape by and get by from. And it's just like, to put the blanket statement on it's a slap in the face to everyone who paid off their loans. Like, great, I'm very happy you paid off your loan, and that's awesome. And anyone who has, great for you. But it's just not the reality for everyone. Some people have their master's in business, and some people have sociology degrees. It's just different.
It teaches our kids that it doesn't matter what you sign. It doesn't matter what commitment you make. You don't have to honor it. Someone will bail you out. Sign whatever you want, because maybe the government will come along and say it just doesn't matter anymore.
Isn't that how the world works, though? People break contracts every single day. A phone contract, a lease. You see athletes break contracts all the time. Contracts, I think reality here is contracts just don't mean anything.
But that's wrong. That's not the attitude we should have. We should not have the attitude, it gets broken every day, it's no big deal. Just maybe this one will get broken. Maybe I won't have to pay my mortgage. Because the next presidential candidate will come along and say, you know what, I know it's hard to pay your mortgage, so I'm going to wipe that out. I mean, somebody pays for this. This isn't free. This doesn't disappear into the universe.
So take this inside your own household, John, because your daughters are now 30. Right. So, and they both went to out-of-state schools, one private, one public, but both out-of-state, and that, I'm sure, came with a price tag.
Yep. Both with a little bit of student loan debt, so very interesting point. I have one daughter who paid off her loans, and she sacrificed, and she made decisions, and she paid off her loans. And we had discussions about sacrifices that were made to pay off her loans. My other daughter had about the same amount of debt and didn't aggressively pay off her loans, has a little bit of student loan debt, and now is praying that it gets wiped out. So my one daughter paid it off and is upset at the other daughter who's decided, I'm not paying it off. Hey, get rid of mine. And so we have these discussions as a family, because now I've got twin girls, 30 years old. One's paid off her loans, one hasn't paid off her loans. And they're kind of at heads over this issue because they're very different situations. I just think it's the wrong move. And Tony, and I respect Tony's opinion, thinks that sometimes people need help, and it's not necessarily the wrong move.
To me, it just doesn't address the core issue. And
it doesn't.
You want to go to sporting events, right? I mean, I got two daughters who play soccer. They're 8 and 6. You want to see how crazy parents get at sporting events, youth sporting events? Rising cost of college is a component to how nutty parents get on the sidelines, because they see it as an avenue to not have to pay the full freight in going to school. Yes, there's grants and scholarships and all that kind of stuff. I'd be more in favor of eliminating interest at a certain point. The banks aren't going to be happy about that. I get it. Or making it so there is no income threshold to having this be a tax write-off. It's not looked at, I think, by many as a negative debt, but if you reach a certain income threshold, the ability to write it off on your taxes goes away. Well, why? There are other issues, I think, in play here.
I'm all about hearing your guys' opinions and respect them. I just always go back to, like, if you can help out, and we have a system in play to help out people who have been grinding and trying to do this for 20 years, it's not nothing against anyone who paid off their loans, but like helping people out to put them in a better position lifetime, I'm all for it.
It is 3:57 at WTMJ. Business headlines up next.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I have told you about the delicious pizza and Italian snacks that you can find at Proof Pizza inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel. But now there's even more to be excited about. The restaurant has added new sandwiches to the menu. Available every day from 11 to 4, you can enjoy items like the Red Rock Chicken BLT, the Meatball Hero, and more. Order from the counter at Proof or directly from the bar at St. Kate. Explore the new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com.
Hey, radon is in your home, and Lifetime Radon Solutions can help get it out. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. The radon levels in our Menominee Falls home were way too high for our comfort level. We called Lifetime Radon Solutions. They came out, did a test, and eventually installed a mitigation system. They did it in less than a day to help put our minds at ease. Did you know radon's the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States? It's in your home. You got to get it out. Call Lifetime Radon Solutions today. Set up a free test, no strings attached, and the mitigation systems start as low as $9.95. Take care of your family. Call Lifetime Radon Solutions today and visit lifetimeradon.com.
4 homes in Milwaukee will sell for less than $90,000 each after being renovated by 2 local nonprofits that are seeking to combat the city's housing affordability challenges. A German firm looking to expand in the U.S. buys Milwaukee touchscreen manufacturer Zymox Technologies. Milwaukee World Festival's extensive campaign to protect the Summerfest name has resulted in 32 cease and desist letters to different parties since spring 2022, and 1 lawsuit against the Minnesota Twins. That lawsuit is over the Twins' TC Summerfest event this weekend. This is Sean Ryan with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
This report is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenix Arthritis Clinics are in-network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, and there have been thousands of patients that have received our pain relief treatment with 0 out-of-pocket expense. Our FDA-approved treatments we'll use to remedy your pain are precisely guided to its root, to provide inflammation and cushioning relief to alleviate pain. What ends up happening is you begin on a pain maintenance plan, and how committed you want to be to alleviating your pain is up to you. But at the least, you can see us semi-annually to annually to, in many cases, significantly reduce pain in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really. Go to Rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
Rejuvenix. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Give future generations a connection to their past by securing cemetery property today. Now is always the best time to buy cemetery property, because purchasing today is your best protection against rising prices and limited inventory. Whether you choose burial or cremation, we have options for every belief at any budget. Speak with us today about available financing and pricing options. We're Wisconsin Memorial Park, Inc. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
13235 West Capitol Drive, Brookfield, Wisconsin 53005.
Staples stores provide innovative products and services for small business, remote workers and learners, even teachers and parents. Explore more at your local Staples store.
Selling a home is stressful, difficult, and costly. The repairs, the showings, the months it takes. But there's an easier way, and you have nothing to lose to try it out. Grandview Homes will buy your home today completely as is. Call or visit grandviewhomes.com.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Traffic is sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists. Retire well with Kowal.
Retirement during uncertain times can be a scary thought, but you don't have to go it alone. Our fiduciary advisors are here for you. Call 262-522-4040 or visit thekowalway.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. What a great break. time to get back into the swing of things.
Hey, struck him out swinging. The all-star, Devin Williams, comes on to strike out a pair.
The Brewers are back at it again against the Reds, with coverage starting at 5:35 on News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
I'm John Mercure. Your top story. Mayor Cavalier Johnson puts pen to paper.
I'm Greg Matzik. Storm clouds are rolling in.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We're still seeing some delays out there, but some of the accidents have been cleared, like the ones on the bypass. Those are all clear. We're just left with some delays, pretty much from the zoo all the way down through the Hale. We've got northbound on 43 backing up from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Keith. The southbound side's really heavy from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down through the Marquette. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, an evening thunderstorm is likely, a low 70 degrees. Tomorrow, warm and humid, a high of 86. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a 2% sales tax in Milwaukee gets one step closer to reality.
This may be the turning point in the trajectory of our city.
Common Council President Jose Perez among about a dozen people in attendance this morning at the Mitchell Street Library. This was Mayor Cavalier Johnson signed Act 12 into law.
I am optimistic about the future of the city of Milwaukee.
That legislation comes with several strings attached, but most importantly, the mayor says it does force more entities to pay their fair share.
Visitors, commuters, convention goers, tourists, they will start paying directly into the system for the services that they receive from the city.
You can expect to see those new taxes come January 1. Mike Spalding, WTMJ News.
Well, there's potential for severe weather tonight in Milwaukee. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brian Nisnansky says the storms could impact tonight's festivities at the Harley Homecoming.
I think the greatest window for severe weather across southeastern Wisconsin will be between 8 o'clock and 11 p.m. this evening. A big concern for all those who are going to be at Harley-Davidson Homecoming festivities. Please have a plan on what you're going to do when these storms roll through.
And there is currently a thunderstorm watch in Waukesha County until 10 o'clock.
A Wisconsin-based organization is hoping to make motorcycle culture more inclusive.
Among the many motorcycle groups in town for Harley Homecoming is Pride Rides Wisconsin. Co-founder and president Ed Zamora tells WTMJ his group loves Harleys too.
Most of our people in our group do have Harleys, but there are a few that don't, because we are all inclusive.
Zamora, who founded Pride Rides in hopes of providing a community for gay riders, hopes that biker culture will continue to be more open.
What is great about the motorcycle culture is that we all ride motorcycles.
Wyatt Barmore Pooley, WTMJ News.
Well, the big gig is getting litigious. Summerfest organizer Milwaukee World Festival, Inc. has filed a trademark lawsuit against the Minnesota Twins baseball team as the Twins plan to host a music festival this weekend named Summerfest. 2 words instead of 1. Milwaukee World Festival, which has owned the Summerfest trademark since 1972, argues the Twins are trying to capitalize off the Milwaukee Festival's good name. And Milwaukee World Festival is asking a judge to ban the team from using the name and pay unspecified damages.
The Brewers resume the regular season tonight in Cincy against the first-place Reds. Outfielder Tyrone Taylor's off the injured list. Coverage begins at 5:35.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 4:05.
News is sponsored by Smart Spaces. Visit smartspaceswi.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Greg Scalzo for Smart Spaces. How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
The technology frustrations we hear about, hands down, ease of use.
We take that complexity out of it and keep it down to the bare minimum of what they need and what they use.
Our goal is to lend a level of simplicity that any knowledge level can walk into that room and at a glance know exactly how to turn that room on and utilize all of its features.
Let Smart Spaces transform your business today. Visit smartspaceswi.com.
Lake Geneva. It's where families have been making memories around the water for generations. Lakeside resorts and spas, award-winning restaurants, and charming shops are just the beginning of an unforgettable summer getaway. Lake cruises, boating, and beach lounging let you soak up the sun, water, and family time. Hike a lakeshore path, stargaze from an iconic observatory, or soar above it all in a hot air balloon. Go ziplining, visit an animal safari, or see dancing horses. Start making your memories today at visitlakegeneva.com.
Still writing, Jason?
About how Capital Man is repairing everybody's AC same day. What you got? Capital Man confronts his arch nemesis, Major Breakdown.
Major Breakdown?
Yes, listen. It doesn't matter how many air conditioners you hit with your breakdown beam breakdown.
This is gold.
You're no match for Capital Man's same-day repairs 7 days a week. Major breakdown laughs. Ha ha ha! There are too many ACs breaking down across Milwaukee. You'll never keep up.
Oh, man.
Capital Man yells, Capital League, assemble! And dozens of Capital Tech superheroes appear as Capital Man says, you're outnumbered.
Then it should be like, no! As he blasts him into space.
And it ends with all the broken air conditioners repaired and blowing strong.
Capital Man and his friends looked down at the city they love.
And started singing.
Same-day repairs, 7 days a week.
Same-day repairs, 7 days.
Call Capital to repair your air conditioner same day, 7 days a week. Online at callcapitalcares.com.
God speaks to us through His Word in two different ways, as law or gospel. The law of God is imprinted on every heart. It's like a test that judges all who take it. The gospel is the good news that Jesus passed the test in our place. Dr. Michael Ziegler says it's like seeing the world with two different mindsets. This week on The Lutheran Hour.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
All right, happy Friday, everybody. Greg Matzik is also here. So is Debbie Lazaga. Tony's producing the show, and Wyatt is in the newsroom. I love the roar of Harleys, and we're looking at live pictures on Channel 12 coming into our newsroom from their chopper, stealing thunder everywhere on the roads around here, and it's just the coolest thing.
Yeah,
I love
it kind of takes me back to the 100th a little bit when you had people lined up on the overpasses, and the streets were crowded, especially going one direction at certain points of the day, and cars just sort of bailed out, let the Harleys kind of have their time, and anybody I talked to working downtown at that time really enjoyed their trip to Milwaukee. But it's got worldwide sort of attention each and every time they have one of these homecomings, which is awesome for the city and the state.
Be careful out there. I noticed coming into work, I'm trying to be extra careful when I change lanes, because there might be a bike that's in your rear spot, and I noticed on my car that the bike wasn't picked up as immediately on that little cheater thing that you have on the mirror on the side of your car. So just be careful, because there's a lot of bikes out there. One of the big stories of the day is that in Hollywood, actors officially have gone on strike. They are on strike beginning today. Fran Drescher, yeah, you know her, the nanny. She gave a fiery press conference in which she called the studios greedy and crazy. And it seems like the two sides are very far apart, and this could go on for quite a while. They're talking about the use of AI in production and post-production of movies, which they fear could take away jobs. They're also talking about the proliferation of streaming services and how big a deal that is, and how that's cutting into revenue for actors, because they don't get a cut of that like they do if something goes into syndication. It's all a big old mess. ABC's Jason Nathanson is just calling in. He is with us on the Tri-County Contracting Hotline. Jason, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
What's kind of at the heart of this?
We're talking about the strike, I assume?
Yep, you got it. You got it, yep.
At the heart of the strike is just a lot of the way the industry has changed in the past couple of years. A historic change, a real shift in, kind of a once-in-a-generation change in when it comes to streaming, the way content is produced, the way content is viewed by consumers. and all that kind of stuff. We saw the music industry go through it, right? And the way artists were paid, they used to make money off of albums and songs. That's not the case anymore with streaming, and it's somewhat similar in the film and movie business. The people who create the content say they're not getting paid for the content they create that runs the engines and makes the billions of dollars for these big companies. So they say they want a bigger piece of the pie, and that means real systemic change in their contracts, not just, a pay raise here or there. And they want future protections from other technologies like artificial intelligence, which they say could have a big impact as well. Because, think back to the 2007-2008 writers' strike. Had they known about streaming, they would have done something about that then, but they didn't know. So this is them trying to get ahead of something like AI, which they see could radically transform the industry.
And so now, Jason, you have two concurrent strikes because the screenwriters walked out in May. So this is an industry-wide shutdown that we're looking at now. I know several episodes and movies and whatnot have been out and will be out and kind of continue to run. But at what point will this sort of catch up to the industry and affect viewing habits?
Yeah, we've already seen a little bit of that. Your summer TV schedules are a little more reality friendly, a little more game show friendly than we've seen in the past, although that's usually the case. We're definitely going to see it in the fall with the network schedules. They're going to have a real trouble. I mean, they're not going to have content at this point. They've been really they would have been writing all those episodes for all those new fall premieres. That's not going to be the case because even if they are written, there's nobody to act in them. So that's going to all be pushed back, and you'll see more reality shows. You'll see things like, ABC digging into its well of movies from Disney and showing those on a Tuesday night, things like that they'll have to do. And, for movies, we've already seen ABC and Disney, which, by the way, is my parent company. They've moved back because of the writer's strike, some movies for years. Avatar, some of the Avatar movies, I think Avatar 5, they've moved back like 3 or 4 years. Some of the Marvel movies have been moved back years. And all of that was just because of the writer's strike. Now, the actor's strike on top of that compounds a lot of things. And we saw today a bunch of movies that were filming have been shut down. Deadpool 3, Gladiator 2, Beetlejuice 2, a lot of those movies. So we're going to see that effect, but that's going to be probably further down the line.
Hey, Jason, quick question. We got to get to break here, but Greg and I have been talking about reality TV. We both watch Survivor, things like The Amazing Race. The Bachelor is very popular. Do the hosts of those shows go on strike? Or are they not involved as SAG members?
Yeah, it's a different thing. Kind of like I'm a member of SAG-AFTRA. I don't know if you guys are as well, but it's the same thing. I can keep working. I don't have to go on strike. The reality TV shows, those are not covered by the SAG-AFTRA or that particular SAG-AFTRA contract.
I'm kind of stuck on Beetlejuice too. We really don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need
that, Jason.
ABC's Jason Nathanson. Always great stuff. Jason, thank you so much for being with us.
Sure thing. Take care.
It is 4:14 at WTMJ.
If you've tuned in lately, you may notice some changes. Get the full list of the latest changes here at WTMJ on WTMJ.com. Or just text WTMJ to the Old National Bank talk and text line, 855-616-1620, and we'll send them to you. No matter the changes, our mission stays the same. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Hey, John Mercure here. You got a dog that doesn't behave you like you want that dog to behave? I've got you. We got this taken care of. Sit Mean Sit dog training. I know because we've been working with Sit Mean Sit for a couple of years. Before I started reading these ads, I was a customer at Sit Mean Sit dog training, and our dogs are better behaved. They listen better. They're not as jumpy. They're not as barky. It's Sit Mean Sit dog training. We started with a free consultation. Matt, the owner, actually met us out there, checked out our dogs. We checked out him. It was a great fit, and boom. Our dogs are now better dogs. Sit Mean Sit dog training. You can have a happy, confident, obedient dog. Check out Sit Mean Sit dog training.
Hello, home shoppers. Buying a new home, the market is getting hard to find a good home, harder to find a great new home, and nearly impossible to find an exceptional new home. But I have two. And buy these or build these somewhere else. Now is the time this Sunday, 12 till 4, to see two exceptional miracle homes. Hartford, Wisconsin, the second fastest growing community in the state, has the most urban, contemporary, Danish, modern, I call it, style of 17 homes in one gem of a subdivision ready for the address now. Write this down, 830 Sky Park Drive in Hartford. We have 2 new homes, a ranch and a first-floor master, highly artistic, very contemporary homes to see. Again, 830 Sky Park Drive. This Sunday only, 12 to 4 p.m. I'm artistic home designer Tom Hignite, along with my wife Jackie, and we are building bold. Call 262-628-9091. That's 628-9091. We are Miracle, a Christian-based company.
The smallest detail needs to be right, and there's no reason it can't be right.
Ben and Arvid from Penny Mustard Furnishings.
He's so passionate about the quality of the furniture. It's important for that furniture to be built perfect.
Every little detail matters if you're going to have people and a company and a culture where what we deliver to that customer is absolutely the best thing we can bring to that customer. Everything we do to get to that point that the customer never sees needs to be done to our best ability.
PennyMustard.com.
Traffic and weather begins with Debbie Lazaga. Hey there, Deb.
Hey there, John. Still a bit of a heavy ride along southbound 43, basically from Good Hope Road on and off the brakes all the way down past the Marquette interchange. Northbound side's backing up out of the Kilbourne Avenue area all the way up to Keefe. Eastbound 94, riding the brakes from 92nd Street all the way to 35th. The westbound side is heavy from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. And then, of course, around the bypass, going to be heavy. Southbound, basically, from the Zoo interchange all the way around the Hale interchange past Forest Home. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for tonight, chance for storms, a low of 68. Tomorrow, maybe a pop-up shower, a high of 84. On Sunday, a pop-up shower, a high of 84. Monday, sunny, 80. Tuesday, sunny, a high of 80 degrees. Right now, it's sunny and 89 degrees.
So we were talking yesterday about Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And how the New York Jets are going to be featured on Hard Knocks. Yeah. And we were going back and forth and having a little back and forth on whether we believe Aaron Rodgers is into it. And you believe his ego, is out of control as it is, would lead you to believe that Rodgers is into it. Whereas I think that Rodgers is a little annoyed by the whole idea. Well, wouldn't you know it, we have finally heard from Aaron Rodgers, who this week is participating in that celebrity golf event out in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that time before training camp sort of deal. All right, now, first thing is first, before we get to Rodgers' comments on Hard Knocks, here's the audio of him signing the pregnant belly of a fan. No, here it is.
Hey, baby! Hey, Rob! Thank you. Thanks, brother. What else you got on nice shot, Urlacher. Oh, your opponent.
Yeah, baby Urlacher inside the baby's stomach.
So
It's a little strange.
That's
the video
bizarre.
is somewhat off-putting, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Well, then the idea of Hard Knocks came about through a bit of an interview.
You know, I understand the appeal with us. One of the only things I like about Hard Knocks is the voice of God who narrates it.
Right.
Live. I hope I get to meet him. But look, you know, I understand the appeal with us. Obviously, there's a lot of eyes on me, a lot of eyes on our team, a lot of expectations for our squad. So they forced it down our throats, and we got to deal with it. One of the only things I like about Hard Knocks is the voice of God.
Okay,
who
so
narrates it.
Yep, there it is.
I
Live.
simply do not believe him. I think it's a role. He has to say, I don't like it because the organization said they don't like it. The organization says it's crap. He can't get enough of the spotlight. Even if he's saying he doesn't like it, I think he's going to love it. So let's get into what he said. So he likes the voice of God, which we all do. That guy's amazing.
Liv Schreiber is his name.
Northbound 41 still has some problems. Good Hope Road's on-ramp closed right now because of an earlier crash. And then we've got some...
All right, there we go. Thank you, Debbie. I love that guy. The voice is incredible, right?
Oh, it's amazing.
So it got us to thinking, if you could have anybody narrate your story, your documentary when you're not here, who would it be? And we're actually going to take one off the table because otherwise everyone would pick him, and that's Morgan Freeman.
So we did the crosstalk with Tracy before the show started.
Yeah.
You brought that up as an idea to discuss, and like 6 people hit the text line with Morgan Freeman.
Because that's a great
We are
choice.
wisely removing Morgan Freeman from the options list here.
So
Just too good.
let's go through what your choices are. We'd love for you to be part of the conversation. The Old National Bank talk and text line is 855-616-1620. Old National Bank, get old. 855-616-1620. Get in touch with us. Who would narrate your documentary? The life story of blank, whatever your name is. Who's going to narrate it? All right, I'll go first. I want this guy to narrate my life story.
I know how you feel. A lot of people are going to tell you that. Whether it's truth or not, I don't know. But I know it's true when I say it.
That's Sam Elliott. He was a narrator in The Big Lebowski. He was also in Tombstone, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Mask, A Star is Born, Roadhouse with Swayze. That clip's from the Paramount Plus show 1883. I want Sam Elliott. That John Mercure, he was a pretty good guy.
A little cowboy-esque, right?
Yeah.
He's got a little Western appeal to it.
He was all right.
I could see that, too, for you, John, by the way, for what it's worth.
I think that'd be fun.
There's so many options, right? At the risk of, sounding a little old school or a little bit in a sports vacuum, I like the classic voices of... It's kind of the same...
The autumn wind is a pirate.
Right, John Facenda?
That's so good.
Blustering in from sea, with a rollicking song he sweeps along.
But I'd have to be cool enough to warrant that kind of voice.
You are.
Right?
You're a reality TV star. You're a sports guy. You're a world-class athlete.
Greg Matzik is a father, right? Does that sound as cool as the autumn wind is a pirate?
He cleaned up that poopy diaper.
It's just everything's incredible.
Like nobody's business.
You know exactly what this
Villains
is.
big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver
It just doesn't matter what he's talking about. I want him to be talking.
Kendall threw up on the stairs, and Greg was there to clean it up.
I have.
Tony, who would be yours?
So I thought about this from two different perspectives. One, is it like someone narrating my day-to-day? So they would be in the background saying, like, he screwed up the technical things of the show. I'm going Denzel Washington.
Ooh.
Because he can do the serious part, but that's only like 4% of my life. But he can also do like the funny, goofy, like that guy is an idiot. What is he doing? So I'm going Denzel all day.
Oh, that's good. All right, what if it's the big documentary? It's This Was the Life of Tony Cartagena.
I need a comedian of sorts because like I'm pretty sure my life is just a comedy of errors. So I'd go with Amy Schumer to
oh, that's funny.
Narrate that because it would just be a hot mess. When I think of just like a hot mess of events, it's anything Amy Schumer does, and that's my life. So that's what I'm rolling with.
I love that. That's really funny. All right, let's hit the text line a little bit. What are you guys thinking? If you want to call us, you can do that too, 855-616-1620. First up, Benedict Cumberbatch. That's from the 608. We got William Shatner. That would be kind of interesting, William Shatner. Bob Uecker from the 920. Matt in West Dallas says, for my life, Samuel L. Jackson. Every sentence ends with MFer.
That would have an understated appeal to it, yes.
I want Mike Rowe to narrate my story. He's the guy that does all the stuff on Discovery Channel. Dirty Jobs. And, Deadliest Catch, I think he does.
So here's an unmistakable voice. I've seen this on the text line as well.
I've been on Broadway some, but it's so wonderful to be back on Broadway.
This time performing in
James Earl Jones.
That's
from an interview. Yeah, the voice of Darth Vader.
Jim Carrey. That'd be a funny, goofy one. From Eric and Waukesha, Lewis Black would do mine, a comical yet sarcastic, funny guy. The demeanor fits my personality perfectly. Shelley Duvall. That's pretty funny. Bunch of more James Earl Jones. How about John Belmont from Peter? John Belmont. That's a flashback. TMJ morning guy John Belmont. Let's get a couple calls in here. You can always join the conversation at 855-616-1620. Good afternoon. Where are you from and what's your name?
My name is Ron.
All right, Ron, who would do your story?
Pilgrim, John Wayne.
Oh, John Wayne. That's a great choice. Hey, thank you for the phone call. Good afternoon. You're on WTMJ. Who would narrate your story?
James Earl Jones.
That's a classic voice, isn't it?
Yep, a little Darth Vader action for most of my life.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, I kind of put that in the same category as Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, we should have taken in James Earl Jones off the table.
Just so iconic and just next level.
Yeah.
Sound good talking about anything.
For sure. All right, let's do one more here. Good afternoon. You're on WTMJ. Who would tell your story?
Peter Coyote. If it's good enough for Ken Burns, it's good enough for me.
Oh, yeah, classic choice. Thank you for the phone call. It is 4:26 at WTMJ. Time for the NX Wealth Management Market Update. Stocks mixed today on this Friday. The S&P was off 4 points to close at 45.05. The Dow was up 114 to close at 34,509. The NASDAQ off 29 to close at 14,113. And the Russell 2000 was off 19 to close at 1931. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature, sponsored by the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Back and neck pain can interfere with your daily activities and reduce your quality of life. Depending on the condition causing your pain, there are effective options that might not require surgery. Here to tell us more is Dr. Saman Shabani, a neurosurgeon with the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. First of all, doctor, thanks for being with us. As we age, we all have occasional back and neck pain. But what should people do when they are experiencing neck and back pain?
Well, we always say don't live with the pain, but most of the common causes of back and neck pains are musculoskeletal, and usually they are very time limited and goes away without a special treatment. However, if somebody have weakness, pain that goes down the arm or legs are lasting within a few weeks, they should seek treatment. Unless the pain is very severe, they should just keep moving forward. Brief periods of walking will generally reduce the stiffness and soreness, and applying sometimes ice or heat for the comfort is needed helps.
Doctor, is there a point when somebody should start to seek medical treatment because the pain just continues to be chronic?
You know, always we say when the pain becomes severe to a point that they cannot move anymore, they affect the quality of life significantly, or they have neurological deficits such as new weakness in the arm or legs, they should for sure seek a treatment.
Is there anything that people can do to prevent back and neck pain and injuries in the first place?
Preventing back and neck pain depends on the cause. In most cases, just changing activities can resolve the pain. And usually avoiding lifting heavy objects without help and avoid falling as well.
Doctor, this has been a fascinating conversation. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Find a doctor who's right for you by visiting Froedtert.com/spinecare.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Garage door broke. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis. Need a new garage door. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new CHI maintenance-free garage door. In fact, a recent study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%, ranking #1 among all home improvement projects. To see our huge selection of doors, come visit us at our Brookfield location or view our online showroom at GeisDoors.com. We have everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, call Geis at 262-784-4250 or visit us online at GeisDoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback.
Call Tayback for the payback. Tayback Law is the local veterans benefit claims law firm. They're now accepting Camp Lejeune claims. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
At 4:30, I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Your top story tracking the potential for severe weather.
At Kendor Marine, we have everything you need but the water. For over.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Southbound on 43 going to be backed up from Silver Spring all the way down through Capitol Drive, all the way down to the Marquette. Right now, it's a half an hour to get from Brown Deer Road to downtown. Eastbound 94, slow from the Zoo Interchange to about 35th Street. Northbound on 41, hitting the brakes from Wisconsin Avenue all the way up past Swan Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight we got humid weather. Evening thunderstorms are likely. It'll be partly cloudy, a low of 70. Saturday, partly cloudy, warm and humid. Slight chance of showers and storms. It is going to be a high of 86. Right now, it's 87 degrees in Milwaukee at 4:31. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, there's potential for severe weather tonight in Milwaukee. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brian Niznansky is tracking it. He says the storms could impact tonight's festivities at Harley Homecoming.
I think the greatest window for severe weather across southeastern Wisconsin will be between 8 o'clock and 11 p.m. this evening. A big concern for all those who are going to be at Harley-Davidson Homecoming festivities. Please have a plan on what you're going to do when these storms roll through.
That includes knowing where the nearest shelter is, wherever you happen to be. The motorcycles you're going to see on the roads this weekend aren't the only Harley-Davidson products.
Harley-Davidson has revealed some new products lately. Dealer Todd Berlin in Thiensville says fresh ideas are living up to expectations.
Harley came out with a new Sportster and very efficient, really a nice bike. You know, it's definitely the Harley product.
The new Sportster is a little different than what most might imagine for a Harley, but Berlin says every rider starts somewhere.
I don't really care what you ride, but just ride something, even if it's a pedal bike. There's a lot of scooter riders out of there who are definitely not going to forget how fun it is.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
Big anniversaries for Harley and for Bastille Days, but that's not the only thing going on this weekend in southeast Wisconsin.
If motorcycles or all things French are not your cup of tea, or maybe you're looking to escape the crowds in Milwaukee, check out these other events. Saturday and Sunday is Steampunk Weekend at the Bristol Renaissance Fair, including a Best Handmade Steampunk Costume Contest. Saturday in Port Washington is Port Fish Day for live music, a beer garden, and car show. On Saturday night in Mequon, Ann Wilson of Heart and Starship performs a concert at Gathering on the Green. And back in Milwaukee Saturday, the Bronzeville District's R&B Festival takes place on Garfield Avenue between 4th and 7th Street. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Another Starbucks store in southeast Wisconsin looking to unionize. According to organizers, employees at the coffee chain's National Avenue store in New Berlin are petitioning to organize starting this morning. In a letter to the company's CEO, workers say they want better hours, a more welcoming work environment, and a wage increase. According to the NLRB, employees at more than 350 Starbucks have unionized in recent years, including locations in Oak Creek, Appleton, and Madison. A line stretching down the Milwaukee River Friday, full of people hoping to see their favorite band come to Milwaukee in October.
In the era of online concert ticket sales, the idea of standing out in front of a venue, making sure you get to see your favorite band may seem like a thing of the past. Yet Friday morning, dozens lined up outside the Riverside Theater in downtown Milwaukee, hoping to secure a spot to see Widespread Panic in October.
They're full of spirit, full of wonderful music, great people come to the shows, so it's a camaraderie of the home team.
The Alt Jam Band takes the Riverside stage for 3 nights starting on October 20th. In downtown Milwaukee, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
And I'm Wyatt Barmore Pooley, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 4:34.
Wealth-changing question. Is your advisor giving you incomplete advice? Besides investing, there's also taxes, insurance, estate planning, and other elements that can be stressful to organize. At Creative Planning, we provide all the expertise, all the advice you need, all in-house, ensuring every aspect of your wealth works harder together so you can enjoy your wealth instead of worrying about it. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics are in-network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, and there have been thousands of patients that have received our pain relief treatment with zero out-of-pocket expense. Our FDA-approved treatments we'll use to remedy your pain are precisely guided to its root, to provide inflammation and cushioning relief to alleviate pain. What ends up happening is you begin on a pain maintenance plan, and how committed you want to be to alleviating your pain is up to you. But at the least, you can see us semi-annually to annually to, in many cases, significantly reduce pain in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really. Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
It's outdoor living time. Make the most of it this year. Let Outdoor Living Unlimited transform your space into your outdoor living dream. A deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, maybe even an outdoor kitchen. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a local, family-owned company that consults, designs, and builds these things. We live for summer around here. Make the most of it with help from Outdoor Living Unlimited. See OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
Hey, a Harley weekend, Harley party at the lakefront. That's what's going to be happening this weekend. There are severe thunderstorm watches in effect for most of southeast Wisconsin, so keep it tuned to that. Stay in touch with the WTMJ mobile app, and you can be on top of it. Goes until 10 o'clock, and there's a really good chance there's going to be some pretty heavy rain that rolls through southeast Wisconsin, so be careful out there. The Common Council passes the tax, close calls with severe weather, and Harley-Davidson takes over town. The Weekend Review is brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
A Caledonia police officer doing okay this morning, recovering after his squad rolled over and caught fire over the weekend.
There's been a lot of foot traffic lately at 30th and Cocker. That's where artist Tia Richardson is working on a mural that will honor jazz musician and Milwaukee native Al Jarreau in the park that will soon be named after him.
I'm using his music to show how his message kind of resonated throughout the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you are opening a bottle of champagne, don't do it as the player is about to serve.
Good morning, Wisconsin. It's WTMJ Now.
And good morning, everybody. Yes, Sandy Max moves from the afternoon to the morning show, where I've been sitting for about 6.5 years. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Are you excited about this day?
Thrilled to be here.
Our commitment to Ukraine will not weaken. We will stand for liberty and freedom today, tomorrow, and for as long as it takes.
You know what the Ukraine is? It's a sitting duck.
12 ayes, 3 noes.
12 ayes, 3 noes. The matter passes.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Eric Bilstead. The Milwaukee Common Council has spoken, voting on the sales tax increase, the 2% increase. The council has voted 12-3 in favor of the sales tax increase.
It's clear that they are not our friends. And if they are not our friends, then they are our enemies.
We're going to review the legality of some of these provisions, and if there is questions as to their legality, we are going to pursue litigation.
All the people who come in here to either shop at the Avenue or go to the MSO or a sporting event are now going to help us with this bill.
It may sound as if now I should just do backflips and celebrate in some sort of kingdom building celebration. The opposite is true because the entire city is trying to dig out of a hole right now.
A series of suspected tornadoes just missed Wisconsin and narrowly missed one of the biggest cities in the nation.
Passengers watched through the windows at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport as funnels formed just beyond the runways.
Oh my God.
20. That's all cheese in there? Are you serious?
No meat.
20 slices of 20 slices of
this
cheese.
kind of cheese. All right, big boy. The big boy. Oh, a brick of Velveeta. Next. Oh, it's coming out. Please, sir.
So bad.
You people disgust me.
Melissa Temple was until Wednesday's hearing a first grade teacher at Higher Elementary School. Her firing coming after she spoke out about her class not being allowed to perform the Miley Cyrus song Rainbow Land.
I want all of those students who I always consider to be my students to know that they do have a voice and that they can always speak up.
It's sunny, the sky is blue, we are ready to ride and rock.
Early on, the Harley Homecoming proving the brand is not just a Milwaukee one, it's worldwide.
South of Detroit, from Memphis,
Los Angeles, California,
Bogota, Colombia,
Alabama,
Northern Virginia, yes sir, from Thailand.
We came here to see Bill Davidson. We met him yesterday, we had a meeting with him yesterday. And we are one of the biggest dealers in Malaysia now.
This is my first time to Milwaukee and first time to any homecoming for Harley. And everything that's happening, the atmosphere, everybody's so easygoing and fun. And we're here for a good time.
Motorcycle enthusiasts at the Harley-Davidson Museum feel that biker culture comes down to freedom.
Freedom of the open road and two wheels.
freedom, and you meet a lot of great people.
At a news conference announcing that actors are going on strike, SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher blasted the Hollywood studios, represented by the AMPTP.
We are being victimized by a very greedy entity.
Thousands taking to the streets to storm the Bastille for 2023, including myself. Let's go, buddy.
This is a WTMJ Fleet Farm Storm Team alert. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Walworth County until 7:15.
The community of Sharon, that is our area of great concern.
I believe in the city, and I am optimistic about the future of the city of Milwaukee.
Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson putting pen to paper today on Act 12 that allows the city to implement a 2% sales tax.
We are on a path towards fiscal stability.
What are we, gay?
Right now I smell and look like a hot dog. I've been spackled with mustard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
That's the Weekend Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Coming up after the break, in case you missed it, and then you won't believe what happened to me when I tried to order a pizza from Papa Murphy's.
The WTMJ Classic is here, July 24th at Lac La Belle, benefiting Best Buddies Wisconsin. You can help by bidding on the awesome items up for grabs. Check them out at WTMJ.com or text BID to the Old National Bank Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Thank you to all of our great partners. The Club at Lac La Belle, Evans Transportation, Dave Drake Camp Heating and Cooling, Siding Unlimited, and Griffin Automotive Group.
There'll be another 1 minute.
Grandview Buys Homes. Hi, I'm Tom Delich. Do you want to sell your home but dread the time and the cost to do the repairs? Hate the idea of showing your home to strangers day and night? Is the stress of the months it takes to sell your home just too much to take? And if that isn't enough stress, what are you going to do with the 20 years of belongings you've accumulated? Selling your home doesn't have to be so darn difficult, so painfully stressful, or take so long. There's an easier way, and you have nothing to lose to try it out. Grandview Homes will give you a no-obligation, guaranteed, fair cash offer in as little as 48 hours. We buy your home completely as is. No repairs whatsoever. And we close on the day you choose. Take the belongings you want and leave the stress and the mess to us. Grandview Homes is A+ accredited with the Better Business Bureau. See what our customers are saying about us on the BBB website. Sell your home as is today. Call the name you know and the name you trust. GrandviewHomes.com.
Hey, cool opportunity to golf with Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener is upon us. A very unique opportunity. Check it out. It's Wade versus Diener. It's a golf outing and a tee-off party the night before. Here are the details. Golf with Wade and Diener at the Bog on July 24th. Winners will also get to go to the tee-off party the night before. There's a drawing to see if you want to be a part of this. You can also just register. You have to check out the website. That tee-off party, by the way, July 23rd at Discovery World. Don't miss a chance to hang out with D. Wade and Travis Diener on the course or at Discovery World for a great cause. Check out wadevsdiener.givesmart.com.
The very best blueberries by the case at Sendix. 5-pound boxes are just $20. Order yours today at sendix.com/blueberry. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Debbie Lazaga, how are we doing out there?
Well, we do have a problem. A broken down vehicle on 4394 northbound right at the ramp from 6th Street. The right lane is blocked, so watch out for those delays. Otherwise, your usual delays, well, usual for an event-filled weekend. Southbound 894 slow from Greenfield all the way down and around the Hale to about Forest Home. Westbound slow out of the Mitchell interchange out almost to Forest Home as well. And then on southbound 43, watch for the delays from just before Silver Spring, and those stretch pretty much all the way into the Marquette interchange. Hey, help your fellow commuters out. Report accidents and slow down to the Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's Season of Discovery. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, chance for storms, a low of 68 degrees. Tomorrow, pop-up shower possible, a high of 84. Sunday, pop-up shower, a high of 84. Monday, mostly sunny, 80. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 80. Right now, it is smoking hot outside. Sunny, 88 degrees, and a thunderstorm watch is in effect for all of southeast Wisconsin until 10 o'clock. All right, hope your Friday
you missed it.
is going great. In case you missed it, here we go. I go first. In case you missed it. After decades of banishment from mainstream wardrobes, one of the fashion's most divisive garments is coming back. You know it's coming back big time?
Bell bottoms?
the very small Speedo men's swim brief. The Speedo is back, baby. The original purveyors of the much maligned piece of skimpy swimwear say that in 2023, sales are up 200% in Europe. You say that's Europe, all right? They're up 300% in the Middle East. You say, well, that's the Middle East. They are up almost 100% in the United States of America. Men are opting for the banana hammock when heading to the beach.
I can't imagine sales ever dissipated in Europe.
Yeah.
It feels like, I mean, that's always
Fair.
been a thing.
That's a fair
over there,
thing.
right?
But here it's back, too.
Oh, gosh.
It's being led by lots of people wearing it, like David Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo, Olympic diver Tom Daley. Well, that's his work wardrobe, isn't it? Daniel Craig has been spotted wearing them. Actor Luke Evans says it's his preferred beach wear.
Yeah, you know what's not on that list? Clint from the North Side or the South, right? You know, these are world-class athletes you're talking about.
Well, Luke Bryan.
People with
He's
the
on
kind
the
of physique.
list.
Well, that's a good point. All right.
I'm not ever doing this. It's just way out of my comfort zone. That's weird.
Again, right? I'm waiting for the word again. I'm not doing that again.
I've never had one of those. Have you?
No.
All right, so that's mine. In case you missed it.
In case you missed it.
What do you got, Greg?
You can take the man out of Florida, John, but you can't take Florida out of the man. Here we go. Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hello.
Authorities say a flight passenger with an outstanding warrant tried to evade arrest at the airport Sunday night by opening the plane's emergency door and running out onto the airfield.
Oh, gosh.
The attempted escape occurred about 11:15 p.m. He was parked on the jetway, right? He was just parked at the tarmac on the Sun Country Airlines flight from Orlando. Police were waiting at the gate to arrest the man, 44-year-old New Brighton man. While other passengers were leaving the plane, he decided, whoa, this ain't good. So he bailed. He opened the emergency door over a wing and ran. Airport employees eventually found the man inside a service food truck, presumably full. About 11:40, he was arrested and is currently being held at the Hennepin County Jail.
In case you missed it.
Debbie, what do you got?
Well, it is the 155th anniversary of the Golden Retriever. That's right. Hundreds of Golden Retrievers are gathering in Scotland with their owners to celebrate the anniversary of the breed, which started, like I said, 155 years ago at, oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce the name. It's in Scotland, though. It's Guishan House, I think.
You nailed it, yes.
Yeah, Dudley Majorie-Banks bred a Tweed Water Spaniel with a yellow wavy-coated retriever in an attempt to create a breed of gun dog well-suited to the Scottish Highlands. So there is where one of the most popular breeds in America, the Golden Retriever, 155 years old.
Oh, that's nice. Happy birthday, Goldie.
In case you missed it.
Tony, you're up.
All right, I'm definitely going to miss some on this list, but Xbox, Airbnb, NYX Cosmetics, Roku, Bumble, HGTV, Progressive Insurance, and a bunch of others. What do they all have in common this week? They have all launched advertising campaigns with Barbie. Barbie is everywhere. Burger King is one I forgot on the list. Barbie is absolutely everywhere with the movie set to be released next week. You just can't get away from it, and I think it's really, really cool that all these brands are working Barbie content and imagery and themes into all of what they do on a regular basis, and it's pretty sweet.
Barbie. All right, I'll go for that. Thank you very much. I want to tell you guys how I spent a little bonus in case you missed it, how I spent part of my afternoon. So I was running around all day. I had lots of meetings and lots of stuff, and kind of on Friday sometimes, Michelle and I like to have pizza for dinner. A lot of times it's a Palermo's pizza because I love their pizza. I have a bunch of them in my freezer right now, and I decided, you know what? I got a coupon. There's a Papa Murphy's near me, and it kind of makes me nostalgic because it was like a special treat for the girls. When the girls were growing up on $10 Tuesdays, we'd let them pick the pizza, whatever. So I said, you know what? I haven't done this in a couple of years, but let's grab some Papa Murphy's. So I sit down at my desk. I'm in between meetings. I barely have time to sit down at my desk, and this has been on my list all day. Order the Papa Murphy's to just pick it up so I don't have to wait in there with 1,000 other hot and sweaty people after work. Order it, pick it up. So I get online, go to papamurphys.com, get to my location, my pickup spot. I order the pizza. I'm getting a Greek pepperoni pizza, which is fantastic. It's got pepperoni, feta, sun-dried tomatoes. I think it's got spinach on there. It's great pizza, thin crust. So I order the pizza, right? I put it in there. I'm logged into my account. I put in my credit card information because I just want to run in there. They have a rack, actually. If you pre-order, You go to Papa Murphy's. If you've prepaid, you can pick up your pizza out of the rack. You say, hey, I got mine here, and then you leave. So I do all that, sitting at my desk. I filled it out. I'm waiting for it to confirm my payment, and I'm like, come on, because I want the confirmation number in case there's an issue. Come on. Bing! The screen pops up. You need to enter your coupon. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot the coupon. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I enter a coupon. Now I got $3 off my order, so I'm jacked. Hey, Papa Murphy's tonight, the Mercures, and I got $3 off. I redeemed the coupon. This is a piece of cake. I hit enter. Churns and churns and churns again. Another screen pops up. Bing! How much of a tip would you like to leave? Choices are 15%, 20%, 25%, or custom, and you need to fill it out to complete your order. So now I'm sitting thinking, and my first instinct is, I'm not leaving you anything. I'm ordering the pizza online, and I'm walking in the door and picking it up out of the rack. I'm not paying somebody to just do their job there. You're not doing anything special for me. I'm leaving nothing. So I looked at you, and I said, hey, Greg, can you believe this? They want me to leave a tip, and if I leave 15%, it's almost $3. It wipes out my coupon.
You were very upset about that, too, by the way. You were very irritated.
I said, so what should I do? My instinct is I'm not leaving you anything. And then I think it was you maybe said, you might want to think about what they could do to your pizza if you don't order anything.
I would certainly not condone such behavior. But does anybody even see it? Like, who sees it on the other end?
That's my problem, Greg. You nailed it. So now this is online through papamurphys.com. There's no way that the young lady who's making my pizza gets the $3, right? There's no way. If I enter 20% tip and bing, it processes my card, what are the chances that the young person making minimum wage at Papa Murphy's gets the tip?
I would like to think they have some sort of shared system, so credit card tips are, marked, put down on the side. Here we go. You divide it up somehow late at night. Now, let me ask you this. Would you have considered making or adding a tip if you ordered at Papa Murphy's and you saw the person making your pizza?
Never. As a matter of fact, at Papa Murphy's, when you walk in and you do it that way, you, at the register, place your order and pay. And they've never asked me for a tip at the register, but no, I wouldn't.
So then follow suit, no tip. Now, the big difference is you're not able to watch that pizza being made.
Exactly. So I don't want to get the old, we're adding a little something extra to your pizza. And I would hope that wouldn't happen, but people are people.
Feta's funky.
Yeah, it's extra funky today. I just don't appreciate that now I'm ordering a pizza online, and it's not like they're delivering it, so I'm not tipping that person.
You're making the pizza.
Am I supposed to tip the person at Subway who makes my sub sandwich? Is that a thing? And if it is, then do I tip the person at all the other places that am I supposed to tip the person at McDonald's that makes my extra value meal? Are they going to start asking for a tip? To me, this is the same thing as the person at McDonald's in the drive-thru asking for a tip. What's the difference? Somebody's making that for me. So you're probably wondering, what did I do? So after consulting with Tony, who was also sitting there, I think, wanting to know really why the hell I was ordering pizza from Papa Murphy's.
Yeah, you were upset about your
lunch.
dinner before you had lunch.
That was the topic of conversation in the office. It was, have you ever been pissed off about dinner before you even ate lunch?
That's a fair question. Yeah. So I went ahead and I left the 15% tip, which was $2.40.
Okay, you still got a 60-cent coupon then.
Yeah, so I got a frickin' 60-cent coupon.
There you go.
And so now I'm in for $15 for Papa Murphy's, including the tip, and I could have had a Palermo's for under $10, and it would have been a better pizza.
You're complaining about a $15 dinner? All this was over a $15 dinner?
Tony, it's principle.
No, it's not. People tip a lot these days. Just get used to it.
Tony, I don't want to get used to it.
Don't care.
Tony, would you tip at McDonald's?
I feel like with the way they have the electronic screens, you're going to have to at some point, and yeah, probably.
You're good with that?
Hey, if the sausage McMuffin is hidden in the morning, I'll give you an extra buck.
You're the guy who doesn't want to pay off your student loans, and you're going to you have money to tip people.
I'm for everyone getting their student loans paid off, so we have more money to tip the working class.
I think you are a generous tipper.
Mic drop.
Overall,
I
think you're a generous tipper overall.
I am.
I think you are. Because you'll
really
tip the garbage man, you'll tip
the mail person.
Right. You've got tips for Tony. Do you tip your garbage collector?
No.
Okay.
But I think I had I don't know, our neighborhood, I don't know.
A mailman? Do you tip the mailman?
No. Why would you do that?
Okay.
Is that a thing?
So
'Cause
this
they're
is
doing
one
a
of
good
those
job.
things, right? That you should tip them, right? There's a whole list of people who it falls into this weird, ambiguous category. We don't have time to get into it. Are you leaving tips for the folks who clean your hotel room? That's probably the most.
Yes.
Do you do that? Okay.
Well,
I would say
at a resort that you've been there for a week, all inclusive. Yeah.
I would say most people don't, aside of what you mentioned. But your every night stay at a hotel, yeah, you should probably leave.
You're there one night. Do you leave a
leave.
couple bucks on the counter?
No, because you're not staying in. They didn't do anything, right? They didn't do anything for you. It was already set to go.
Right. It's for the next person.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So interesting discussion. The tipping culture is a little out of control.
I'm going to be thinking about you guys when I eat that pizza tonight.
Yeah, enjoy that first bite.
Especially
Let
if
us
it's
know how it goes.
extra funky. It is 4:56 at WTMJ. We've got business headlines with Sean Ryan. That's going to come your way up next. First, a couple of words for Annex Wealth Management. Tony, is that right, Annex?
Yep.
Annex Wealth Management. Volatility is everywhere, and you know what? It affects everything, and there aren't many signs it's going to go away anytime soon. It really hits home when that volatility hits your investment and retirement plan. I mean, big time. It's important to get it right. It's a great time to put things in the hands of the professionals at Annex Wealth Management. Maybe I should tip Annex Wealth Management. They do a good job. Give them a little something extra. They don't ask me for a tip. They just take care of me, and I trust them. They do the right thing always. Investment and retirement planning. They also do tax and estate planning. Annex Wealth Management could be a great fit for the guidance they provide as a fee-only fiduciary. It's about you. It's not about those commissions. We know you've worked hard, you've saved, you've invested for a long time. Be ready when it comes to your investment and retirement plan and tax planning and that estate planning, too. Now, more than ever, you need a firm like Annex. They're in my corner. They'll take good care of you as well. You've heard about Annex for years on WTMJ. Check them out. It only takes a couple of minutes. You should know the difference. Visit AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button today. We did that years ago. That's Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference with Annex.
Need a new bank for your small business? How about an old one? For a limited time, you can earn up to a $500 cash bonus when you open a free or basic business checking account with Old National. So think big when it comes to your small business and choose a bank where relationships and results have mattered for nearly 200 years. Visit a local banking center or learn more at oldnational.com/success today. Complete qualifying activities within 60 days of account opening. $50 minimum initial deposit required. Account must remain open 120 days. Member FDIC. Old National Bank. Get old.
4 homes in Milwaukee will sell for less than $90,000 each after being renovated by 2 local nonprofits that are seeking to combat the city's housing affordability challenges. A German firm looking to expand in the U.S. buys Milwaukee touchscreen manufacturer Zymox Technologies. Milwaukee World Festival's extensive campaign to protect the Summerfest name has resulted in 32 cease and desist letters to different parties since spring 2022, and 1 lawsuit against the Minnesota Twins. That lawsuit is over the Twins' TC Summerfest event this weekend. This is Sean Ryan with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Sponsored by the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservations today. Visit thepfisterhotel.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
What a great break. Time to get back into the swing of things.
Hey, struck him out swinging. The all-star Devin Williams comes on to strike out a pair.
The Brewers are back at it again against the Reds, with coverage starting at 5:35 on News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm John Mercure, your top story tracking thunderstorms headed our way this evening.
I'm Greg Madsick. Still a chance to see the Northern Lights.
I'm Debbie Lozica. We do still have an issue on westbound 94 at about 35th Street. We do have a broken down vehicle with the center lane blocked. So heads up with that. Give yourself a little bit of extra time through there. Otherwise, southbound on 43 slowing down from Silver Spring down through the Marquette. The northbound side is pretty heavy as well from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. And then along southbound 894, we're seeing delays from National Avenue down into the Hale. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for all of southeast Wisconsin until 10 o'clock tonight, and it could include golf ball size hail or an isolated tornado. Thunderstorms are likely a low of 70 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a 2% sales tax in Milwaukee gets one step closer to reality.
Point in the trajectory of our city.
Common Council President Jose Perez among about a dozen people in attendance this morning at the Mitchell Street Library. This was Mayor Cavalier Johnson signed Act 12 into law.
I am optimistic about the future of the city of Milwaukee.
That legislation comes with several strings attached, but most importantly, the mayor says it does force more entities to pay their fair share.
Visitors, commuters, convention goers, tourists, they will start paying directly into the system for the services that they receive from the city.
You can expect to see those new taxes come January 1. Mike Spalding, WTMJ News.
Yeah, more on that potential severe weather tonight in Milwaukee. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brian Niznansky outlines the potential.
I think the greatest window for severe weather across southeastern Wisconsin will be between 8 o'clock and 11 p.m. this evening. A big concern for all those who are going to be at Harley-Davidson homecoming festivities. Please have a plan on what you're going to do when these storms roll through.
And that includes knowing where the nearest shelter is, wherever you are.
And the Harley-Davidson Homecoming Festival and Bastille Days aren't the only events this weekend.
If motorcycles or all things French are not your cup of tea, or maybe you're looking to escape the crowds in Milwaukee, check out these other events. Saturday and Sunday is Steampunk Weekend at the Bristol Renaissance Fair, including a Best Handmade Steampunk Costume Contest. Saturday in Port Washington is Port Fish Day for live music, a beer garden, and car show. On Saturday night in Mequon, Ann Wilson of Heart and Starship performs a concert at Gathering on the Green. And back in Milwaukee Saturday, the Bronzeville District's R&B Festival takes place on Garfield Avenue between 4th and 7th Street. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Well, the big gig is getting litigious. Summerfest organizer Milwaukee World Festival Inc. has filed a trademark lawsuit against the Minnesota Twins, as the Twins plan to host a music festival this weekend named Summerfest. 2 words, not one. Milwaukee World Festival, which has owned the Summerfest trademark since 1972, argues the Twins are trying to capitalize off the Milwaukee Festival's good name. MWF is asking a judge to ban the team from using the name and pay unspecified damages.
Despite the potential for bumpy weather tonight, there's still a chance to see the northern lights this weekend in Wisconsin.
Marquette Associate Professor of Physics Dr. Chris Stockdale tells WTMJ last night was a great time to see the lights, but
it's still, I think, decent through tonight and possibly tomorrow.
Dr. Stockdale says there might be a chance to see them in Milwaukee, but if you want to maximize your chances...
But the closer you get up to Green Bay area, that way probably your better chances, and just also being away from any people so that you don't have any lights, so you can see a little better in the sky.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Brewers resume the regular season tonight in Cincinnati against the first-place Reds. Welcome back, outfielder Tyrone Taylor off the injured list. Coverage gets underway at 5:35.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 5:04.
Traffic sponsored by Weniger Compressor, the Midwest air compressor experts. Visit pressureisoff.biz.
Servicing world-class Wisconsin manufacturers for 9 decades. Contact Weniger Compressor at pressureisoff.biz.
Weniger Compressor.
The Pfister Hotel is proud to announce a series of renovations now underway that will elevate its guest experience with added elegance, approachable sophistication, and modern amenities that will blend effortlessly with the Pfister's iconic charm. With fully renovated ballrooms and meeting spaces, all new guest rooms in the historic tower, and exciting enhancements to the lobby and other common areas, all phases of this plan are expected to be completed by spring 2024. Milwaukee may have plenty of wonderful hotels, but make no mistake, there is only one Pfister Hotel.
Drive safely, Wisconsin. Highway workers are out on the road. They do it to better serve you. And just like you, they want to get home safely at the end of a hard day's work. When driving, all of us have a chance to set the right example. Be patient. Put down the phone. Never text and drive. Slow down and move over if possible to give workers a little extra room. Work zone safety. It's everyone's responsibility.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
If the weather calls for rain, then the rain calls for mosquitoes. Keep them away with STEM. STEM is powered by active ingredients found in plants to repel mosquitoes safely and effectively when used as directed. STEM, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Earn points every time you shop with Fleet Rewards. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Sign up today and start saving with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Heard it work? Contact Tayback for the payback. Go to taybackattorneys.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Time for an update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
Brewers are back in action tonight, taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Outfielder Tyrone Taylor is off the injured list. Brewers will play the Reds and first-place Atlanta Braves 12 games out of their first 15 out of the chute. Milwaukee trails the Reds by 1 game for first place in the NL Central. And GM Matt Arnold telling Adam McCalvy via Wade Miley and Corbin Burns he has no intention to trade Burns at the deadline. Arnold telling Miley and Burns this over lunch in Cincinnati this week.
It's time for Extra Points, a sports commentary on Wisconsin's afternoon news. Here's Greg Matzik.
Spend any time watching Wimbledon this week? Well, you may have noticed a spattering of American players, but did you recognize the name? Carlos Alcaraz, Novak Djokovic, Daniil Medvedev, Casper Ruud, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Holger Rune, Andrei Rublev, and Jannik Sinner. The names mentioned represent the top 8 men's tennis players in the world. What do they all have in common? None of the above represent the United States. Number 9 and 10 do on that list. Taylor Fritz and Frances Tiafoe. Good players, but by no means household names, and neither has ever won a Grand Slam event. I miss the days of Andre Agassi, Michael Chang, Pete Sampras, Jimmy Connors, John McEnroe, in some cases larger-than-life personalities. Perhaps the personality was more significant than their play on the court, but each, when they played, meant something. Well, congrats to Christopher Eubanks for darting up the singles rankings 34 positions after his run at Wimbledon, a run that has come to an end against a foreign player. Eubanks is now ranked number 43. Even women's tennis. We all know Coco Gauff because she made an impressive run, but still has a long way to go and is still a very young player. Tennis, a sport usually peppered with some of the best in the world being from the United States, is now being dominated by those who live overseas.
Extra Points is sponsored by All Right Home and Remodeling. When you want it done right, call All Right.
I'm Randy Miller.
No, you're not. I'm Randy Miller, owner of All Right Home and Remodeling.
I'm DJ.
Someday you might be the owner of All Right.
Like you and Daddy?
You'll have to learn that our family business is about more than just our family.
Do it right, call All Right.
Yes, but doing things right also means giving back.
When you want it all right, you call All Right. All Right, so many miles away.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
All right, hold on. I got to pick something up off the floor. All right, I'm back.
Well, what'd you get? What happened?
I dropped a piece of paper that I'm about to talk about here.
Oh, okay.
I'm John Mercure. Greg Matzik is here as well. So is Debbie Lazaga. Tony Cartagena is producing the show this afternoon. You know, these studios, my chair sits up really high.
You also have kind of a limp microphone today. Uh-oh.
Yeah, my microphone is...
John needs help keeping it up. Did anybody come in here and help? The microphone. Microphone. Say microphone.
I know what you're talking about.
Microphone.
So the chair's kind of high, and I like our studio. It's a beautiful studio, but I dropped something on the ground. I can't stay in my chair and bend over and pick it up because it's a long way down there. I got to get up out of my chair.
Well, let's be honest. This is all just a race to 5:30 so we can have a cocktail.
Okay, you're right. You win. I was just thinking to myself.
I just sort of feel like that. I don't know.
It's 5:10. The show ends for us today at 5:33. That means by 6:01, I'll probably have that first cocktail.
It sort of feels like midnight right now, if I'm being honest.
What is going on? Hey, we like on Friday to kind of take a minute and talk about our favorite things of the week. Our favorite thing of the week. So I got one that I really like this week. So my favorite thing of the week, there is a young lady. Her name's Dorothy Orlando. I met her on a Stars and Stripes honor flight, and I gave her the nickname Dot because I thought it was cute. When I met Dot, she was 95 years old on an honor flight 5 years ago. And just yesterday night, I went to her 100th birthday party. My favorite thing of the week is that I went and hung out with Dorothy Orlando, my friend Dot, enlisted in the Navy during World War II. They rejected her application because she was under 100 pounds. So her parents sewed weights in the bottom of her shirt, and she went back with weights sewn into her shirt and made the weight regulation. She was stationed for 3.5 years at the Pentagon, getting all the envelopes for the soldiers who made it back and the letters for those that didn't. She handled discharge papers, medical, etc. She turned 100 years old yesterday, and her daughter invited me to the birthday party because I was with them on an honor flight. You got to see this beautiful lady. If you check out my Twitter feed, John Mercure, you can see Dot Orlando at her 100th birthday party last night. Dot Orlando. Happy birthday to you, Dot. I hope you have many, many, many more birthdays. You're a hero. You're an inspiration. I absolutely adore you. You are my very favorite thing of the week. And her daughter, Susie, pretty awesome, too. So that's my favorite thing of the week.
All right, I'm calling an audible here. We need to have a pre-show meeting where we discuss our favorite stories of the week, because, Greg, good luck, man. How you going to follow that up?
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you had the same one.
No, I'm saying...
I also know Dot and was at that party last night. No, I was not.
You
but
guys
that's a
would
very
love her.
great story.
Like, good luck.
My favorite thing of the week, as much as I enjoy baseball being back and real sports being back on TV in prime time, my favorite thing of the week is Drew and Lauren Holiday being honored by ESPN and the ESPYs with the Muhammad Ali Humanitarian Award. So they have done so much for black businesses and nonprofits, not only in the state of Wisconsin, it really in a variety of cities and states across the country. And Drew started his foundation with a $5.3 million donation out of his own playing salary in 2019. He was not playing for the Bucs at that time. He was playing in New Orleans, certainly a place and city close to Drew's heart. But that's all-star good stuff. His wife has a strong athletic pedigree playing for the U.S. national women's soccer team. Drew, of course, an all-star in the NBA. But they have put millions of their own dollars into this foundation and initiative.
That's a great one. Fantastic people. Tony, what's your favorite thing of the week?
I'm also sticking in the lens of sports, but one thing I've noticed this week with Major League Baseball being off, basketball being summer league, things like that, women's sports have really started to take kind of the headlines. When I look at the ESPN app or other places, WNBA right now has their all-star game. The women's national team is ramping up for the World Cup, and wanted to just shout them out because I love that event. I think it'll be great. But my favorite thing of the week involves a women's basketball player from the state of Wisconsin, and I saw it online probably early in the week. Arike Ngumbawale has it's not a signature shoe, but it's a line of a shoe with Nike that is available for sale, and the skyline of Milwaukee is embroidered into the back of the shoe, and it's sick.
That's cool.
I absolutely love them, and anytime we can shout out the women's sports, but something as cool as that, to have the Milwaukee skyline on the back of your shoe, it's dope. Like I'm probably going to order them for an upcoming summer league. They're that awesome.
That is good stuff. Those are our favorite things of the week. You can always share yours with us. The Old National Bank talk and text lines, 855-616-1620. Old National Bank, get old. 855-616-1620. All right, coming up, we've talked about the actors being on strike. The Screen Actors Guild, they are out. We have a member of our staff here at WTMJ who is a card-carrying member of the Screen Actors Guild. I don't know what he did to get this card. We're going to tell you who that is and be joined by that WTMJ personality after Debbie helps get you home here on WTMJ. Speaking of rolling along, how about Griffin Chevrolet in Milwaukee? Right now, they've got 15 new vehicles in stock, newly delivered, ready to get to your place. 15 new vehicles just arrived. They've got a great selection of new and pre-owned certified Camaros and Corvettes just in time for spring and summer. Griffin Chevrolet is your 2023 Silverado destination. Get up to $2,000 off in dealer discounts. Check out the all-new 2024 Chevrolet Trax at griffinchev.com or call a trusted certified sales professional to learn today. Got a neighbor who just got the 2024 Chevrolet Trax. It's a great-looking little SUV. Fantastic, good gas mileage. They've got them at Griffin Chevrolet. The last vehicle we bought in our house was at Griffin Chevrolet. It was a brand new Blazer, and it's fantastic. They're easy to work with. They've got the best service department. They've got the best selection. It's Griffin Chevrolet right there in the Metro Auto Mall. Stop into Griffin Chevrolet today. And if you're a first responder or you're military, show your badge or ID. Get 15% off your next repairs. Some restrictions apply. Good at all 5 Griffin Service Department locations. It's Griffin.
Rose Gray here from Fox World Travel. Now is the time to book your all-inclusive vacation because the Fox exclusive early booking sale is on now. Fox World Travel has partnered with Apple Vacations to offer exclusive deals at resorts in Mexico and the Caribbean with the nonstop flights to get you there. Do yourself a favor and get your vacation on the calendar now. Your reservation only requires a deposit. The deals are great, and friends and family will thank you. Contact a travel advisor or visit foxworldtravel.com by July 28th.
Get help for your house this Saturday from Eric Brown. The president of Siding Unlimited knows his stuff. Yes, their name is Siding, but they do so much more. Windows by Pella and others, roofing, decks. That's why they are Siding Unlimited. Eric can advise you with anything about your home's exterior. Make a point to listen and call Eric this Saturday on WTMJ's Fix-It Show. And remember why they are called Siding Unlimited. They are siding and much, much more. See sidingunlimited.com and you'll see.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Back from the break. And first place is up for grabs. Time to throw a different color over this division.
Caratini to right and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Go!
It's the Brewers and the Reds. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 5:35. Presented by American Family Insurance. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Traffic is sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists. Retire well with Kowal.
When was the last time you had a second opinion on your retirement plan? If you have $750,000 or more, schedule your retirement review with one of our fiduciary advisors at thekowalway.com.
Let's check those roads. Debbie Lazaga, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. Eastbound on 94, we are seeing some delays now. It's still 26 minutes to get from the zoo into downtown, 19 extra. The westbound side has eased up nicely, so we are in good shape from the Marquette to the zoo. Southbound 41, just a quick tap of the brakes at 16 minutes from Highway Q to the zoo. The northbound side is a little bit backed up as well, but that's your usual backup from Blue Mound Road up past Swan Boulevard. And southbound 43, it's still kind of heavy, 17 from Brown Deer Road to the Marquette. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast, a chance for storms, a low of 68 degrees. Tomorrow, maybe a pop-up shower, high of 84. On Sunday, a pop-up shower, high of 84. Monday, sunny, 80. Tuesday, sunny, 80. It's currently 90 degrees. Also, a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect, so be careful. It could have hail up to 1 inch and damaging winds. I hope a hailstorm hits my house. 1 inch hail would be great.
You need siding
well,
or something,
my house
right?
is 20 years old, and I'm going to need a roof.
Yeah, there you
Coming
go.
up here. Haven't replaced the roof, so if some of that big hail could hit my roof, that'd be okay.
And
Please.
not disturb anybody on a motorcycle, that would be ideal.
That
right?
would be ideal. Maybe just a little isolated hail cloud right over my house.
So between 8 and 11 is kind of what they're targeting here,
Yeah.
and it looks kind of fast-moving, so it may not last the entire night, so just be cautious, but what moves through is likely to move through fast.
But out in Platteville and in northern Iowa,
Also gaining steam now, too, right?
Yeah, there's some big-time storms going on there. Are we good with Brian Noonan?
So do you guys can tell when someone ignores your phone call, right? It
All the
rings
time.
twice, and then all of a sudden you get the voicemail.
Yeah.
Noonan did that to us?
Twice.
All right.
Maybe
Brian
he is
Noonan,
on strike.
He's the host of WTMJ Nights, and earlier today he was bragging and all excited because he's a member of the SAG Actors Union, whatever that means. And so we wanted to talk to him because his colleagues are on strike. And apparently he is too. He's not answering his phone, Tony.
I'm going to try one more time. I kind of want to try it live on the air, but I don't know if that'll get us in trouble.
Yeah,
so.
give it a shot.
Do it.
Nice. Is
He's
he
one of
calling
us.
back?
Just do it. Dial him up on the air.
All right, I think he's calling back.
Uh-huh.
Here he is.
He was screening you is what he was doing there.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
He heard us talking about him on the radio and decided, I better get in touch
Noonan, are
with
you there?
Hey, Noonan, are you dodging us?
I'm here. Guys, I'm here. I'm
Wait,
sorry. I'm going to blame technology because I just restarted my phone, and all of a sudden I'm getting texts, hey, they're trying to call you, because I'm sitting here texting the boss going, hey, I'm waiting for the guys to call me. What's going on?
We thought you were on strike.
Right.
Well, I've been acting like a talk show host for decades, so now I do have to go on strike.
Hey, tell us how you got your card. How are you in the union or the guild?
I've been in SAG for 30-some years. I got it doing a couple commercials because you get to do, back in the day, this was before SAG and AFTRA joined. I was in AFTRA as well. But you got one SAG job and you were, quote-unquote, Taft-Hartley'd in. So you got to do one job for free. On your second job, then you had to join the union. So I had done a commercial, and then I got another commercial, and that's when I had to join, and I've been a member ever since.
So you weren't on an old episode of The Cosby Show?
I don't like to talk about that episode, Greg. I'm still going through deep therapy to try to dredge some of that up. But I did do a wonderful Malcolm in the Middle and a bunch of other different things.
What was the commercial for?
The last big, I'm trying to remember the one that got me in. I think it was a Montgomery Ward commercial.
Oh, my.
Yes, it's a long time ago, John. Montgomery Ward commercial. Then the big one when I first got to LA, I was in a series for Prestone, and that actually I got SAG insurance, because a lot of people think that once you're in the union, you're eligible for insurance. You are not. You have to earn a certain amount every year, and every year then they look. So you may have insurance for a couple years, and then you don't have insurance anymore.
Brian Noonan is with us on WTMJ. So did you aspire to be a comic? Did you want to be an actor? What was this path like?
Well, I started out as a stand-up, and I did that, but then there was always the part of me that wanted to do other things, be in sitcoms and movies and all that other stuff, like hundreds of thousands of other people, John. My story is not unique. But I was doing a lot here. I was on the road doing stand-up, and then we moved to Los Angeles, and I did some things there. And after some wildfires and earthquakes, my wife really decided she wanted to move back to the Midwest, and since I wanted to stay married more than I wanted to be a movie star, we came back.
Get back out there, man. You got to get on the front line. You got to get your sign going. Be out there with your folks.
I have actually, when I moved to Los Angeles in late 1999, there was a brief strike by SAG. This was before the two unions merged. And so I have walked the picket line before. Luckily, under the new agreement, radio, TV journalism, those are not affected, so I can still come to work, much to the joy of the listener.
You know, we love having you on WTMJ Nights. There are also professional actors in Milwaukee and in Chicago and throughout the Midwest.
Yes.
Have you thought about doing that?
Well, yeah, I've done the last when I first moved back, I did a series of Coors Light commercials. I just did an episode of Chicago Med not too long ago.
Really?
I've done a number of things here. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So I love I love Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. You were in Chicago Med?
I was in Chicago Med. Yes.
Wow.
Are you being wheeled onto the hospital bed?
Yeah.
With
What were you doing?
I was. You know what? It was. There was a funeral scene, a memorial scene, and I was giving a toast at this memorial under an L track. It was. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a pretty big deal.
You're a really big deal.
Don't worry, I'll still talk to you. I'm a pretty big deal.
So do you get paid by the gig? Do you get paid an hourly rate when you do a guest spot like that on Chicago Med? How does that work?
Well, this is part of what the union is on strike about, residuals. Back before streaming came, and there's still residuals, but it's not the same. So you would get paid for the first job, and hopefully you would get that plus 10%, so you could cover your agent's fee. The first time it reruns, you get paid in full again. Then it gets into some very strange, complicated math where every time it runs, you get something. But I still get checks for a penny. I'll get checks for $4 because something I did ran overseas or something I did ran on a streaming service. But you don't. Back before streaming, it was very easy for the union to keep track of what was going on. Streaming doesn't allow for a lot of information to come out. So they're basically saying, listen, we're going to pay you once, and then we pretty much own it forever. So imagine doing something at your job and then never getting paid for it again, even though you had to keep doing that same task.
Not a good gig. He's got a great gig. You can hear Brian Noonan on WTMJ nights. It's always entertaining. I listened to it on the way home. It's been fun all this week he's been on. All right, we got to fly, Brian. It's Brewers baseball up next. Talk to you soon, bud.
Bye, John. Bye, Greg. Take care.
It is 5:25. We're excited. The Brewers are back in action. They are in Cincinnati. Wyatt Barmarpuli has news at the bottom of the hour. Then it's Brewers baseball right here on WTMJ.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but despite what a certain national online company tells you, a car's not one of them.
Let's see. Cheese Doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. Green 4-door hatchback. Honey, we're gonna need some more quarters.
Sure, they make it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online. And unlike those national companies, you get to see the vehicle in person and test drive it before you buy it. You also have the assurance that the vehicle's been thoroughly tested, and if any issue does come up, your local Adam member dealer is right here to service it, and can also provide low financing and top dollar for your trade. Think about that before you take a chance with their so-called vending machine.
What? It's stuck. No! Oh, rats.
Start your search at ADAMM.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Garage door broke. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis. Need a new garage door. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new CHI maintenance-free garage door. In fact, a recent study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%, ranking #1 among all home improvement projects. To see our huge selection of doors, come visit us at our Brookfield location or view our online showroom at geistdoors.com. We have everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, call Geis at 262-784-4250 or visit us online at geistdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
When you come to our showroom, you'll find more than a dozen glass shower door displays. Now that's what you're going to want to see, because browsing a bunch of options usually spurs ideas that you never even thought of. And when you walk around with one of our glass shower door experts, you can ask questions and get assurance. We're here to help. And after nearly 50 years in the glass shower door business, there's not a whole lot we haven't seen. So don't worry, your project's about to be put in the very best of hands. At Les's Glass Service, you can count on our experience that makes it easy to promise top-flight installation. Glass shower doors are our specialty, and we're out there humping it every day to add to our portfolio to make the next project even better than the last. This is Stacy Sinks. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass in your home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
God speaks to us through His Word in two different ways, as law or gospel. The law of God is imprinted on every heart. It's like a test that judges all who take it. The gospel is the good news that Jesus passed the test in our place. Dr. Michael Ziegler says it's like seeing the world with two different mindsets. This week on The Lutheran Hour.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
This holiday season,
Merry Christmas!
Chevy Chase returns to Milwaukee's Riverside Theater for a screening of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and a live audience Q&A December 28th.
Can I refill your eggnog for you?
Tickets on sale now at PabstTheaterGroup.com.
La, 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 la.
Selling a home is stressful, difficult, and costly. The repairs, the showings, the months it takes. But there's an easier way, and you have nothing to lose to try it out. Grandview Homes will buy your home today completely as is.